Hello again, Chris Lee, Jay Greeson, and Chase Robinson here to preview Alabama's road trip to Florida State, the season opener for both teams. Our channel brought to you by our friends at FanDuel, where you can get player props, same game parlays with FanDuel's SGP menu that is deep and impressive. So you can really build some momentum or build some fun combinations around player performances and game outcomes. FanDuel's got you covered with competitive odds and tons of betting options. Just remember to bet responsibly and have fun with it. Jay Greeson, what does FanDuel have on a line and an over-under as of Monday morning before this game?
It is Alabama minus 13.5 with the total sitting at 50.5 points.
Wow, not a lot of points for this one. That is an implied final score of Alabama 32, Florida State 19. Chase, big game for both programs, but particularly for the Tide, who've got national title aspirations and are finally getting to bring Ryan Grubb into the fold, which was something Alabama wanted to do a year ago, but did not because he got a call from the NFL.
Yeah, Caleb Borg's got his guy now. They have worked wonders together at previous spots. We saw what they were able to do together at Washington, getting that team to the national championship with Michael Penix as the quarterback. So this is what Kalen DeBoer wanted, to have Ryan Grubb with him. He does now. I think it's a good year to bring him in with breaking in Ty Simpson at quarterback. That's the biggest question to me on this team. It's a huge game. Starting things off on the road, you have to go all the way back to 2004 to find a starting quarterback at Alabama starting his first game on the road. It's been a long time since a first-time starter has started on the road for the Crimson Tide.
Jay, big game for both programs. Florida State, too. I know it was a disaster last year for the Seminoles coming after just a wonderful season the year before that ended in disappointment with injuries and things like that. But Florida State really reloaded in the offseason. 2 new coordinators, including Gus Malzahn, who we know pretty well in the SEC. Tony White comes from Nebraska, where he had a good track record as a recruiter and a good position or defensive coordinator, too. So a lot of reshuffling for the Seminoles, who really are playing their biggest game since late in 2 seasons ago.
Oh, without question. And you can't even count the bowl season for FSU that 2 years ago when it felt like half of everybody who's played for the program since Bobby Bowden was still alive opted out, and Georgia beat the ever-living stuffing out of them. Look, man, it's 2 quarterbacks making their debut start for their programs. Ty Simpson, as you alluded to, and Thomas Castellanos. And believe it or not, I think they each face the exact same question on how the game's going to get played out. Can Castellanos do enough to keep FSU in it? Does Ty Simpson do enough poorly to keep FSU in it? Because every other position on the field feels like it's either a strong edge to a super strong edge. Position on position group for Alabama.
Yeah, and we'll get to Florida State's roster in a minute. Again, a lot of new parts there, particularly at quarterback. But Chase, Alabama just to me looks loaded. Simpson is the question, but look, they're really, really outstanding on both lines of scrimmage. They've got a wide receiving room that's probably top 5 in the country. I mean, I feel like Alabama last year sort of reset the bar of expectations. Nick Saban retired, all those things. But I feel like this is really a team that looks poised to hit its stride heading into year 2 under Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, you're right. I think you got to start with the offensive line. That group they're big, they're physical. You got Parker Brailsford back. You got Caden Proctor back. You got Wilkin Formby back. Cam Dewberry added in there. There's some big guys that are up there up front offensively. And I think when you have that kind of line, whoever's at quarterback, they could take more of a deep breath. Like they're still going to get pressure and everything like that. But when you have that group in front of you, I feel like you can do more as an inexperienced quarterback. And so I think that will help. That will help the quarterback situation, having those guys. And you're right on wide receiver as well. Ryan Williams back. Jeremy Bernard, I think, is poised to have a really big year as we've made some bold predictions on him in the offseason. A question to me is running back with Jam Miller being out for the first part of this season. Is Richard Young, Daniel Hill, Dre Washington, which one of those guys will we really see kind of take over that spot at running back? And so I like what they have offensively, though. And I think when we talk about what we like about Alabama, you've got to start with that offensive line. They're experienced, they're big, and they're going to make a lot of things happen. They're going to open up a lot of doors for this offense.
Yeah, let's talk Florida State a minute, Jay. We talked about new coordinators. Thomas Castellanos, their quarterback, is fantastic. He's had a season in which he's rushed for over 1,000, thrown for over 2,000 in the same season at Boston College. He's one of 24 transfers and 49 newcomers. They got Duce Robinson at receiver, who caught almost 800 yards of passes at Southern Cal last year, played baseball there in 2024. On defense, they brought Darrell Jackson. They got him. He's one of the best D linemen in the ACC. He's back. Jeremiah Wilson, one of the best corners. And their two leading tacklers also back too. So I don't know that it was a transfer class that really made headlines outside of Castellanos and maybe Robinson, but they really reshuffled the deck. And I can't think Florida State will be as bad as it was 2 years ago. And then, of course, the reset with both coordinators. I'm very interested to see what it looks like out of the box on what will be just, I would expect, a piping hot and humid day in Tallahassee.
We've been doing a lot of these all summer, and when you're projecting things through the offseason and you're trying to look for ways to analyze or try to figure out who could be contributors and what might be keys for teams. I don't know if I've seen a team that will have as many new starters, at least new to the program. They probably started in previous spots because 8 of them are portal players. But there is a very real chance that FSU's offense, when it takes the field, will have 10 new starters than what they had this time a year ago. And that's everybody but the left guard. That's Richie Leonard. So everybody else could be transfers, and potentially one Javon Boggs, the true freshman wide receiver that everybody in the country wanted, is looking like he's going to be on the field early and often for the Seminoles. So, look, man, I guess it's the perfect time if you're Gus Malzahn to be coming in to put in a new scheme, because everybody's going to learn a new scheme because they're all brand new. I mean, I bet they still haven't taken the tape off the helmets so that everybody can know everybody's name.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers here are pretty incredible. This is per FSU Seminoles SI. I'll just read it verbatim. Florida State's 22 Division I transfers have accounted for 595 appearances, 293 starts. I won't read you everything, but the defensive number, 638 tackles, 75.5 tackles for loss, 39 sacks, 23 breakups, 8 picks, 9 forced fumbles, and 3 recoveries. And I don't know if that's, I guess that's career-wise, so maybe that's less impressive than a year ago. But point is, they've got a lot of guys who played a lot of football, and they will be counted on for sure in this opener. We're going to get to picks in just a second, but first of all, a reminder, we are brought to you also by our friends at Game Time Sidekicks, GameTimeSidekicks.com, officially licensed stainless steel drinkware, all SEC schools, over 350 other universities. You can see the 40-ounce water mug that I drink from every day, which I put ice in, and it stays icy for a long time. It is top-of-the-market quality for construction and ice retention. Tons of designs and logos for each school, even a college vault line. Everything from stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, and shaker cups. Promo code SE16 for a 20% discount on your entire order. We are also sponsored by Rockform, which is the world's strongest magnetic phone case. It offers extreme protection with its super strong magnets. and its Rock Lock secure mounting, the most durable and multifunctional phone case and accessories you'll find. At Rockform, quality is paramount. You can expect the same military-grade standards with their case accessories, just as you do their cases, which are phenomenal. And I know because I have one of them. SEC 25 gets you 25% off your entire order at Rockform, which is ROKFORM.com. Picks, let's start with you, Jay Greeson. What do you think here and why?
I am, and it's one of my more bullish plays of the opening weekend. I'm all over Alabama here. I know it's on the road. I know it's Ty Simpson's first career start in a true road game, but FSU was arguably the worst team in the Power Four last year, and maybe even all 10 FCS. I mean, that's not fair, but FSU was dreadful. And FSU in their last 10 August and September games, they're 1-9 against the number. So I'm going to lay the 13.5 and feel pretty doggone good about it because of the depth and the waves of talent that FSU or that Alabama is going to unload.
Chase?
Yeah, I'm going to take Alabama. I think this is the start of something big this year. I think they have the potential to make some noise. So I think Alabama goes on the road, gets a good win over Florida State. Ty Simpson, I think will live up to some of the talk about him over the summer. And I think this is the start of what could be a special year for Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama was my preseason national title pick, so no surprise. I like Alabama big in this game. I think Florida State will rebound to closer to historical standards. I know I'm putting a lot of trust in Ty Simpson. And again, tough spot on the road, opener in the heat, although Alabama will certainly have played in plenty of that itself during its August drills too. But give me Alabama and maybe Alabama big in this one. All right, Jay Greeson, if you want to bet this game, we know, of course, you can go to FanDuel. I'm going to ask you for something you like in the opening week in just a minute, whether it's this game or something else. But just a quick reminder, you can get your player props, your same-game parlays with an SGP menu that's deep and impressive, so you can really build some fun combinations around player performances and game outcomes at FanDuel. FanDuel's got you covered with competitive odds and tons of betting options. Just remember to bet responsibly and have fun with it. Jay Greeson, what have you got for us in week one, or maybe a season total or something that you like at FanDuel?
Well, we're going to do previews on almost all the SEC games here on the first week, and then certainly throughout the season. So if you're looking for a specific one of those, I'm going to toss out a couple other random bets I'm on this weekend. It's going up against the Auburn-Baylor game on Friday night, but I am really high on this Georgia Tech team. I think Haynes King at quarterback. Brian Edwards and I discussed him in some of our Heisman long shots. You can still get him at more than plus 8,000. And I think he's a tremendous player who had double-digit touchdowns running and passing. They go to a completely overhauled Colorado team, and all of the drama around Deion's health scares over the summer. And Georgia Tech's only laying 4 right now on FanDuel, and I think they are going to walk the Buffaloes, even in Colorado.
Yeah, altitude takes some getting used to as one who visits Colorado constantly. But, I like Tech in that spot too. All right, thank you guys for watching our channel where we cover football, baseball, and basketball year-round at Southeastern 16. Be sure to subscribe. Leave us a thumbs up and a nice rating if you don't mind. That helps the channel. And follow us for all of our other coverage on our audio podcast platforms as well, where you can also give us a rating. That helps us get noticed. For Jay Greeson and Chase Robinson, I'm Chris Lee of Southeastern 16. We'll recap this game after it is over, after all of Saturday's action is over on our channel. So tune in for that. Until then, thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll see you again soon at Southeastern 16.